Welcome back, guys, on my YouTube channel. You see me still stiff, you know about my injury from my Instagram page. Finally, I'm back on my feet. I still have a very long recovery because probably 2-3 years and another surgery, but we are here and I'm really happy to share with you another bike build, a very special bike build, because here we have KTM EXC 450 6 days that I had built right before my accident, and today I'll bring you through everything I installed on this bike, but also stay tuned because this bike is for sale. Unfortunately, I have to sell most of the bikes here as I won't be able to ride off-road for a long time, and also have a lot of medical bills and physiotherapy and so on. But with no further ado, let's get into this very special build. This was the concept I had of my ideal lightweight adventure bike. Let's start speaking about the fuel autonomy. We all know that the KTM EXC doesn't have that much of a big tank, and the aftermarket Acerbis tank, you know, it develops up high, is not aesthetically the best and can hold 15 liters. We installed these 21-liter tanks, and before you ask me, I'll leave the link in the description. You can find them on Rebel X Sports if you're interested in all the components on this bike. These are dual tanks that are fitted plug and play, so no modification, you don't need to drill anything. They're mounted on CNC machine brackets that clamp on the frame, very easy to remove and put on. They are made with the XLPE plastic, which is the usual common plastic used for off-road tanks. The other really nice thing is that they fit the OEM shrouds, and also the bike between your legs up high here remains as OEM because all the fuel, the extra fuel, develops down below. The fuel pump is moved on the other side in the lowest part of the tank. Together with the tanks, you get all the extensions and everything to fit them in, and also the bash plate. This is an aluminum bash plate that is included and adds extra protection to the tank in case of crash, and generally gives the real KTM rally replica look. And now that we are all watching Dakar, I wish I was there because my bike is there and I'm here trying to recover. The bike, this EXC, really transforms basically in a sort of light version of the KTM rally replica. To complete the rally replica look, we have actually the rally replica windshield with a quick release, so it's easy to remove. Behind the windshield we have the Baja design headlight option, and all this helps to provide a much better aerodynamic to the bike. So when you're going at high speeds, especially if you're doing long transfer sections, now this EXC is way more comfortable, has much more lighting power, and all is mounted on a super lightweight carbon factory tower. This tower is about 650 grams, so super light. But now when we'll move on to the other side, I'll explain you the features of the tower and what devices we chose to put on this build. From this view, I take the chance also to show you the factory rally handguards, and I get so many questions. Rebel X promised me they will upload the handguards on the shop, so you'll be able to directly buy them and order them. The choice of these handguards is also the choice of all factory Dakar teams, so even Daniel Sanders uses these on his bike. Compared to the aluminum ones, everyone chooses these at Dakar because they're much more safe. In case of crash, the plastic flexes. It's a rigid plastic, but in case of crash it flexes, but also it absorbs the impact, meaning that it will be more difficult for you to bend your handlebars. Instead, if you have the aluminum bar being rigid, it's very easy to bend the handlebar, and if your hand gets caught under them, you will do less damage. Now from the rider's view, you see there's a lot going on. Let's start with the GPS. We have a Garmin Montana placed on the upper adventure handlebar riser, always by Rebel X, that lets you fit the mount directly on the bar riser without needing to put any clamp or anything. Then moving on to the carbon tower, we have the DMD2 tablet with the off-road mount that adds protection to the side, and two Tripmaster, one GPS and one with the sensor cable. In this way, you basically have backup anything that happens. And with this system, you can take part in most rallies. Now everyone is using the digital road book, including at Dakar. And the carbon factory tower has a really cool feature, is that you fit all the cables inside, and this makes everything look so professional, just like the KTM factory Dakar bikes, because you don't see wires outside anywhere, but every device doesn't go all the way to the battery, because the Rebel X tower kit comes with a special OBD power wire harness that goes directly into the tower to the 4-way fuse box. So every connection is made behind this bracket, the road book bracket, the tablet bracket, that you can easily lift in case you need to access to any wire or change a blown fuse. And this bracket lets you tilt the angle and bring a bit forward and backward the device you're using. Potentially with this bracket you can even fit two smartphones, two smaller devices like the Garmin Montana, one next to each other. But my personal preference is always to have only one device and one big nice tablet to keep always focused and not have distractions. With the Garmin, that it's only a backup. Furthermore, on the tower, you see we maintain the OEM dashboard of the bike, but also we have a USB port in case we need to charge a device or we're draining our smartphone battery and we are in the middle of nowhere. On this build, you see also two on-off switches. I didn't wire them because I don't feel the need, since with the OBD power wiring harness, you have power only when the bike is turned on, meaning you don't have to worry about draining your battery because you left some device on. Other very important thing is underneath the tower, we have the e-retract bracket. This is a bracket that is also used for a tool bag compartment, so to bring our tools in a bag, to put a medical kit, or to put your spare rain jacket and rain gear, making it super convenient, because if you need a quick access, you'll be able from one side to pull your tool bag or your rain gear. To command our tablet, we have the DMD remote. What I like about this remote is that we have a joystick to move around the map when we are using, GPS maps and GPX tracks, but also we have the thumb switch when we are riding in roadbook mode, when we upload a digital roadbook. Plus we have also these extra buttons so we can really move around and use the tablet without removing our hands from the handlebar. From this side view, you see also part of the CNC machined clamp that goes around the frame. This is a patented system. Some of you might not know, but how all nowadays plug-and-play nav towers get mounted on KTM and Husqvarna bikes is actually my personal patent from 2016. Even though most companies copied the frame clamp patent without giving me any royalty, I have trust in all you guys that follow me and your support, so I know I'll always have your support, and I really thank you for this. But now, the moment you were all waiting for. Selle dalla Valle seat cover. This is the Rally Factory seat cover. We have a quick dry leather, so in case of rain, you just go with your glove in your hand and the seat becomes dry. Underneath here in the back, we have a layer of memory foam and these camel humps that are used in case of mud to have more grip, but on liaisons to have more comfort when sitting down. And then the nice carbon sides, just like the KTM factory bikes. Well guys, we're at the end of this video. I'm quite in a lot of pain, so excuse me if I'm sitting down, but my autonomy standing up is really limited. This bike, as I mentioned at the start of the video, is for sale and I'll have to sell most of my bikes. The price for this bike, as it is without the nav devices, so without the tablet, the Tripmaster and the switch, but with everything else, is 15,890 euros, VAT excluded. If anyone is interested and you have a company, you can purchase the bike at 15,890 euros. Instead, if you're a private person, depending on the country in Europe in which you're in, the VAT will be added to the price. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and to follow me on Instagram. I'll also do an update video explaining to you what happened and the surgery I had on my back and why I'm in so much pain. Now it's time for me to go lay down. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.